Australia is a slow start, but you really get into it. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it's kind of a good thing it's a slow start, because it gives you some time to prepare. Been meaning to watch the naval tutorial for a while, also find the naval mechanics a little intimidating. Well, watch the tutorial and hopefully it won't be, because this is easily one of the best naval systems I have seen in a game, full stop. Like, Paradox do really good stuff with navies. It's kind of interesting, and they're probably the only company that does. Like, I really like naval mechanics in EU4, where it's all about trade and the protection of trade, and then the flow of trade, and then piracy and privateering and stuff like that. And then in this as well, with the interrelations between task forces, different strategies that you can use to counter different other strategies. It's just really flexible and really versatile. Lets you do a lot. The Philippines have capitulated. So what resources has that given Japan? A rubber, which they're not even getting right now. Okay, so the Philippines, not exactly resource intensive. Indonesia, however, is. So the fact that they very nearly got Jaunty Java would have been a problem. Man, those were some dark days. When Jaunty Java almost fell. Dark days indeed. Some people say EU4 doesn't have a good naval system. I'd say you should try to invade Britain's France in that game and see how you feel about navies after that. Yeah, exactly. And like, the fact that you can use your naval power as a real means of power projection, which was absolutely the case at that time, is a solid testament to how good it is. Linus. Operation Mercury, the German power drop on Crete, is one of the most remarkable invasions ever. There was a massive series of naval battles as Britain evacuated after losing. Britain lost a heavy cruiser and 3 light cruisers and 6 destroyers, plus most of the Mediterranean fleet damaged. Carrier 2 battleships, 4 cruisers and 2 destroyers. Hundreds of aircraft on both sides. Admiral Cunningham had one of the most badass quotes ever during the Crete battle. It takes a navy 3 years to build a ship. It will take 300 years to build a new tradition. The evacuation will continue. I like how Tannhaus and Poet both said the same thing exactly the same time there. It is a good quote. Check generals for promotions. That's a good idea. Also, Svenjorn, thank you very much for the follow. And Merg Victorio, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. My notifications have disappeared again. Josh wishes me to drink some tea. Alright then, that I shall do. Oh, I missed a Twitch Prime resubscription. I am very sorry about that. Justy, WJusty, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime resub. 4 months. Thank you. Very much appreciate the support. Sorry I missed that one. Sometimes, this is really annoying. So I basically have 3 sources of notifications. I have the mini feed, which is built into Slobs, doesn't have all of the subscriptions. I have Twitch chat, which has all of the subscriptions, but it also has chat and moves very, very quickly and it's only a certain size. And then I have the activity feed, which is from Twitch, which I have overlaid on top of the mini feed because I'm fed up of missing notifications there, which has everything, but it doesn't actually add text when there's like a resub. If someone says something as part of resub, or worse, if someone gives bits and says something, nope, doesn't list the text there. So I then have to go, okay, someone sent bits, need to check if there was text associated to that. This feels like such a simple thing, and yet they've got it so horribly wrong. It's really annoying. And in fact, the notifications from Streamlabs is probably the best one. So the fact that Streamlabs OBS, which is the OBS built by Streamlabs, doesn't get all of the event notifications from their own event system. Ah! Why? It's my biggest problem with slobs. What country do I think is best for a beginner? Yeah, as chat is saying, definitely Italy. Because Italy allows you to do land, sea or air. Any of, none of them, whatever you want to do. Gives you an early war against Ethiopia, so you can get an idea of how combat and everything works before anything major kicks off. It's a fairly easy war as well. And also, you are allied to Germany, so if you screw up, Germany's got your back, and Germany can usually bail you out of big, bad situations. So... definitely Italy. And yes, I do have a beginners-friendly series, which is playing as Italy, which I would recommend you go watch. And then you can basically play along with that. With the latest update, which actually dropped today, so 1.9.2 is officially out as of today. And in that, they have reverted Yugoslavia to basically how it used to work during that tutorial. So people who were worried about Yugoslavia being guaranteed by France, that guarantee is now officially dropped if Sudetenland happens and France backs down, or if Czechoslovakia... no, that is Sudetenland. Or if France goes with Britain, so gets the alliance with Britain, then they also drop the guarantee of Yugoslavia. So that's basically back to where it was. I think it's just not as early that you can go after Yugoslavia. Which country in the Axis is best if you want a naval game? Italy. A lot of people would say Japan. I disagree with that, because as Japan you are so busy in China that the naval game is actually kind of secondary. With Italy you can 100% play a full naval game if you want. Or, and here's another interesting thing that you could do actually if you want a real naval game, is play as the Dutch and join the Axis. Fascist Netherlands has this tree here. If you placate the Japanese, you potentially give up Indonesia, but then you assume the naval burden, and you get a ton of naval construction bonuses. So you can basically take over the Axis Navy, effectively, as the Dutch with the assume the naval burden. I don't think you would be as powerful as the Italians in that case, but you will have Helfrich. So Axis, naval Axis Dutch is definitely viable if you want a bit more of a challenge than playing as Italy. But as Italy, you're basically responsible for the Mediterranean. There's a lot of allied shipping going through the Med. And if you can take Suez and Gibraltar, it's basically all sea. My first game I chose to play is Poland. It was something. Can you play multiplayer with me? So I'm not doing multiplayer right now. This is single player. But if you join our Discord, we do host multiplayer games from time to time. And even if I'm not playing, members of the community are generally up for games, so just ask in there and you probably get a game arranged. That's one of the great things about Discord. You can connect with other people who have similar interests and want to do the same stuff. But yeah, Italy is basically dead. I don't think they've actually... Oh, nope, they have actually capitulated now. So yeah, Italy's gone. 3.7 million losses later. And now the attack into Bavaria begins, and Austria. Germany is definitely struggling. Definitely. Right, where are my cruisers? 46 days. And then I've still got to build them after that. That's the other part of the problem here. You're repairing. Please do split off. And you guys are actually hunting convoys, apparently. Oh, no. Please do repair. If you have repairs to do, please go do them. Thank you. Meanwhile, the attack on here continues. I am wondering... I think I'm going to park you here. We'll bring in the heavy cruisers for some naval support. And how's the air situation? Yeah, we have complete air superiority. We might want to bring in some more close air support. Say, bring these guys in. Because at least over here, we're getting the coastal forts, which is making their crossings like even worse. So because of the air superiority... I have never seen this before. Take a look at their attack strength. That is impressive. 0 soft attack, 0 hard attack, 0 attack. I think that this attack might be slightly ill-advised. Breakthrough 0.3. Hard attack 0. Soft attack 0.5. Take a picture of that. Yeah, minus 99% soft attack. Naval penalty minus 99, fort minus 60, terrain minus 70. They have a country bonus, which is giving them bonus soft attack. And then, apparently, Thomas Blamey has countered his tactic, so even less. Anyway, how are we doing here? So we are now getting shore bombardment support, which is also causing them issues. In fact, this is even worse. That's breakthrough rather than soft attack, but still. Minus 99 from the naval penalty. Minus 4.5 from shore bombardment. Minus 18 from low supply. That's a penalty the other one didn't have. This commander is better than Winter. And he also has a planning bonus, which the other guy doesn't. So that's the importance of planning. You know what? These cruisers have actually been really useful. I'm very glad that I've kept them alive for so long. Because whenever there's a situation like this, I can just bring them in, they can start naval bombarding. And turning the tide. Yeah, General Winter in Indonesia. Indeed. I wonder what an Indonesian winter would be like. Probably more pleasant than a Russian winter. As Poland, I love how you have Germany on the ropes, then France falls and the Soviets declare on you. Yeah, I had that happen in my Poland in Exile game. I was holding okay against Germany, and then bam, Soviets declared war. It's like, oh, come on! Made for a good Exile game. That's one thing that I'm hoping they revisit is Poland, because the Polish Exile tree has the potential to be really good. Right, we're trying to get the Naval Auxiliary Patrol so we can actually get the coastal fort production a bit faster. Though we are now on the final level of that. How much attrition are you guys suffering? 48%. Ouch! That's a bit. Now, unfortunately, our organisation is dropping a fair amount. So I am hoping that they stop this attack and then we can recover some org. Otherwise, I'll be forced to bring this guy in, and that's going to be a bit risky. Although I guess I could move you in to replace him in case they try to naval invade behind us. Yeah, okay, they're dropping in more troops. We need to reinforce like this. Hold! Hold! I'm actually somewhat tempted to just bring these guys in now. Nothing like a bit of on-the-job training. Yeah, you know what? I think I will. Assign to there. Off you go. They are determined. Considering the penalties those guys are taking, I wonder how strong their actual division templates are, because it kind of looks like they might actually be quite good. Right, why are you not moving? Guys, come on. Sail into here, you should be alright. Don't know why they haven't been automatically moving. It happened last night as well. I'm also a little bit surprised we're not catching more ships out here. Intel efficiency only 51%, so I think what I might end up doing is getting the 2 Sydney class ships. We're going to separate you out. That's not what I was trying to do at all. Just merge up. Right. Sydney class, new task force. Good. I want you in a different fleet. I want you on naval patrol. And you are going to be commanded by Bob Hope. Sure. And you are absolutely not allowed to engage. I want you finding enemy stuff for these two to then sink. Okay, so our fleet here is now growing larger. That's good. They stopped the attack. Excellent. Meanwhile, you guys are arriving soon. At which point reinforcements have arrived and it's going to be practically impossible for them to push across and actually deal major damage to us. Also, I've just realised that we've probably been sitting at 500 air experience for a while. And it's 1944. No, we're going to research a better plane first. Once these two are done, we can go back to our research. Yep, we are catching convoys. And there we go, reinforcements have arrived. Finally. Don't worry guys, we got your back. Now these guys are entrenching, and we're going to go through and see if we have any promotions available. Nope. You're getting a lot of skills, but you still have no skills I actually want you to use. You finally got Mountaineer, so now we're basically saving up for Adaptable. General Winter is definitely going to be an ambusher. He's actually really good at defense. You already are Mountaineer, okay. Which has turned out to be very strong. The Northcote. I made you offensive, didn't I? I think I might make you a defensive doctrine. You basically haven't done anything, really. The two that are in major combat is you two. But even that offensive here, I think, may now stop with 8 troops defending. I think what I can now quite safely do is send you back into port. I think I might send you to Sundra Islands. No, put you there. Actually, no, that's a silly idea. I'll bring you in here. Okay, so tip-top tier destroyers, cruisers. So I think we are now going to go and research the Kangaroo in order to get 1944 fighters. And here's the question: do I really want to wait 46 days for the new guns? Yes, I think I probably do. I think I probably do. surprised that my intel efficiency here is only 58%. You guys do have float planes. In fact, what I could do, you know the other thing I'm missing? Radar. Is we could upgrade you to float plane 2s. Cost you 500 to refit though. That's not really worth it. It's basically the price of a new destroyer. To add slightly better float planes. Yeah, I think we might well need radar. Yeah, another bloody thing we need to research. This is a real problem for Australia. Because you've got to research everything and do it on 3 research slots. Because the other 2 research slots are only available if you're independent. And apparently that's remarkably difficult. Bloody hell. Ethiopia and Italy is going crazy. This is the reason why Italy is not fully dead yet. Norway still hasn't been completely saved yet. Though it does look like Germany's definitely struggling a little bit over here. Invasion of Germany has begun. A couple of moves being made over there, but Germany is holding out remarkably well, considering everything being thrown at them. The Soviets are coming though. They have now really broken through here from Minsk. They're retaking the Ukraine. Italy, as we know, has already fallen. Greece never fell. Mighty Greece. China is looking a little bit worse than the last time we checked, but by no means in trouble. And my 2 weak spots are now pretty well shored up, so I think we are fine too. And there's the Naval Auxiliary Patrol. Just in time for me to almost finish the Papuan coastal defences. Which apparently all sat on that tiny little island overlooking the crossing. Send some spare guns to the UK. I don't think we really... Oh, now we do. Yeah, we've been sending spare guns to China. But now I think that sending them to the UK might well be a good idea. Start Lend-Lease. 174 of these. 9,000 of those. Go. We just screwed up Britain's trade. Of course, 80 combat width. And we have 8 divisions of 10 combat width each. This is like the perfect composition to defend this spot. The only thing that could have made that better would be infantry with artillery as opposed to cavalry, but you use what you have. Hey, but it's Jim. And that was the national focus finished. So let's continue increasing autonomy, because we don't need the ahead of time bonuses for any of the ships, seeing as we're in 1944. How are the operations going? You've finished, haven't you? Nope, still going on. Almost finished. Hey, we actually sank a boat. It's the first time in a while. How are the Americans doing with the island hopping? Not great, especially as the Philippines are still in enemy hands. How is Germany doing in terms of like manpower? Plenty, but they are... Oh no, all adults serve. Yeah, Germany can actually hold for quite a long time. I think Romania is going to be Germany's Achilles heel. Take Romania, take their oil. And in fact, judging by the number of crazy attacks going on right now, the Allies might actually bleed themselves of manpower before Germany ever falls. Although the Axis have lost 14.5 million, whereas the Allies have lost 11.4. Not counting China, which is a further... Oh, or the Soviets. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, this is slightly worse than we made out. So, the East Asian Prosperity Sphere have lost 4.1 million, plus the Axis have lost a further 14, so that's 18.5. The Allies have lost 11.5 million. The Soviets have lost 11 million, so that's 22.5 million. And then the Chinese have lost a further 12 million, so that's now 34... Call it 35 million losses on the greater Allied side. I think the Allies might actually tap themselves out of manpower before this war ends. What is going on here? Right, now I think it's time to start researching those. Hey, I should probably get better guns. That might help. That might actually help. Yeah. Guns. Those are a thing we need in a war, aren't they? I mean, honestly, I thought we were doing quite well with these mousquets. Newfangled devices that they are. Bit too advanced for my taste. Now, cruiser designs. We got our cruiser. So, time to make the tier 4. We definitely want to give them anti-submarine warfare. Probably not a huge amount. We'll give you float planes for sure. We'll give you the biggest, bestest guns that we can. We'll give you the biggest, bestest secondaries that we can. AA is going to be standard. Engines are going to be the biggest we can. I think I'm going to stick with the tier 1 armor. Oh, do I want to give you armor now? Yeah, you are actually meant to be fighting stuff. Then I think I'm going to give you a second set of guns and a second set of AA. AA is something we might well want to upgrade in the future. So we got a bit of AA, decent light attack, we're armoured. Bloody hell, 6,000 to produce. How much are my current Eagle Slayers? 3,600. These are almost twice as expensive. We haven't come across submarines in quite a long time. That makes them slightly cheaper. What if we took the armor off? The armor would save us 700 production. And this is also going to cost us chromium. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you exactly how much it's going to cost. Just that it would cost you chromium, potentially, probably. No, and because we're coming up against aircraft carriers, we definitely want to have anti-air.